Hello there, my name is Logan, but you can call me Copycat99. And today we're going to do the thing that every YouTuber does, or almost every YouTuber does, when a new set is about to come out. Let's rank some leaders here. Um, so first up, we've got Kylo Ren. He cycles upgrades out of your hand, and then he deploys as a giant monster by playing all the upgrades on him. I think this leader has a lot of potential if people aren't prepared for him. The biggest problem is like he has some pretty hardcore counters. Like Kit Fisto's Aether Sprite and Power Failure really ruin his day. Bamboozle really sucks, even if you have Kylo Saber to prevent the exhaust. Like you can go as deep as people boarding in restock and agree parliamentarian to mess with your discard pile. So like I think if people aren't packing all this hate, he has potential to be really strong, and he's really difficult to answer if he's got a Shadowed Intentions on him, and they don't have those handfuls of like tailored hate cards, which will usually be in the sideboard, so you can at least win game one and then plan around a game two. So I'm going to be let's throw him in B tier. And then we've got Mother Taliesin. She shrinks a unit for using the Force, and then she deploys pretty early and just shrinks units for free. I think this is really strong, to be honest. If I had to play 3/7 Force Leader, we've seen with Quinlan. Like, sure, Quinlan's ability matters some, but really just having a sticky early deploy Force Leader to turn on Force Throw, and Villain gets Force Lightning, seems really good to me, to be honest. Like, I think Mother Taliesin has a ton of potential in that alone. And she got a ton of good synergy in some of these night cards. So I'm going to put her in A. I think she's one of the most promising leaders in the next set. Ahsoka Tano. I think I said this in my set review. But like for Vigilance, which will be coming out soon, that I hate leaders that have to take an action to give Sentinel. Like if you're... you have to have initiative just to give your guy Sentinel, or else they can get him with their biggest guy. And like you have to gain the Force too, which is really awkward if you're not in exactly Virgin's Temple, which gives it to you for free in the regroup phase. So she's just like all kinds of levels of awkward, and then you're playing a 25 HP Blaze if you're playing Virgin's Temple. So she's just not very good. I'm gonna put her in. Yeah, let's put her in D. Kanan. I'm one resource for a shield is like fine. It's not exciting. And being limited to creatures and specters is a little annoying. He at least deploys pretty large, which is nice. But yeah, he's not overall exciting at all to me. I'm just going to throw him and see. Morgan Elspeth. Morgan Elspeth, like, potentially is ramping you every turn. But, like, this attack condition on her leader front side is kind of annoying. Which makes it a little clunky, and you have to sequence your actions weird to maximize value from it. She is a 5 deploy, 3... What's her stats? 3/6, which is like whatever. It's a little below what I'd like. And, you know, she does have the Force trait. The Night trait doesn't currently matter. She's got Imperial, which also doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't know. She's like, okay. Let's throw her and see. I think Kanan's better. I usually don't really, like, rank among the tiers. But maybe we'll do that. Supreme Leader Snoke. Very similar to Rey, where it's 1 cost and exhaust to give an experience. And Rey has had a ton of competitive success. So that's already a good sign. Rey has that Restore 3 going for her. Snoke is just like a bigger, stickier body. They both deploy on 6. Snoke can buff himself on the deployed side, which is pretty interesting. So I think he's pretty decent. I could see him seeing some play. Let's throw him in like low B. Avar Kriss. Avar Kriss is really slow. Like she's kind of neat that you can like spam cheer or whatever, and your opponent really is difficult breaking through your Sentinel. But like you have to draw the really strong Force Energy cards, or she's kind of a coaster, and you'll die before she deploys. And the meta's pretty fast. So, or I guess the meta's like relatively slow right now with Data Vault, but I see it picking up with Legends of the Force release with all this Force mid-range that will actually try to kill you with these efficient Force units. So I'm not excited by her. Let's throw her in D. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Basically free experience to a unit one time if you can gain the Force. This seems pretty good. He deploys as a 5 deploy 3/6 with the Jedi trait, which means he's good target for General's Blade. He's got Republic, which kind of matters, and of course he's got Force. He seems pretty great all around. Free experience is a powerful ability. We see leaders that see play because they give experience for one resource. So I'm going to throw him up with A with Mother Taliesin. Darth Maul, this front side leader ability is fine. It's actually really efficient if your opponent's trying to swarm you, or you have units that benefit from self-damage like Grit or Ogdo Bogdo or Scimitar. But his slow deploy really kills me. 6 deploy for a 5/6. That's I'd really like the 6/6. I'd really like that extra attack. For me to be really excited about him. And 6 deploy is just slow. You have to have a really impactful leader side to justify 6. And I just don't think it's that impactful in general. I think he's pretty good. I think he's better than Morgan. Let's throw him in C above Morgan. Second Sister, being able to just give your whole deck hidden if you're an aggressive slanted deck seems decent. I don't think it's worth not playing Sabine and getting ECL Bow and ECL Wrecker, but if you're not directly comparing her to the heroism aggro comparison, she's a pretty good aggro leader. Hidden on her deployed side makes it very nice where she can potentially deploy and get a lightsaber really quickly and just start bashing in for a ton of damage if your opponent doesn't remove her with events, which is the problem. Dying to open fire is annoying. Dying to force lightning is a problem that all leaders have, but if you're spending health to gain hidden and you're just dying to removal anyway, it's pretty annoying. It's not good. I still think she's pretty decent, though. I'm going to put her in low B, I think, below Snoke. Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto's front side is pretty great, honestly. Pay 1 for 2 damage repeatedly, potentially. All you got to do is keep attacking with Jedi, and there's plenty of good Jedi. Is pretty amazing. 5 deploy 1/6 Saboteur is not amazing. Man, that they had it was this leader was so close, and then they just threw it on the deployed side. Having a leader that you have to have 2 other units in play to deploy on curve, and to really feel good about it, you have to have 3 other units in play, and they have to be specifically Jedi. That just feels terrible. That's such a tough condition, and it really drags the leader down, in my opinion. Because, if you're against control, you're deploying a 1/6, vanilla leader. 1/6 Sab, but, it's just a 1/6 Sab. Or other mid-range. Other mid-range will try and control your board, and then you're deploying a 1 or 2/6 Sab. Just the stats really make me down on him. His front side's pretty good, though. So maybe, and he's got, there's, the Jedi synergy is pretty good. So I think, I like him more than Kanan. I think I like him more than Kanan because of the earlier play. Yeah. Ray's front side, honestly, pretty decent. Play Force Throw or Sorcerer's Blast, get an extra damage. It's annoying it's not a reaction. You having to take an extra damage to get the extra... Take an extra action to get the extra damage is really lame. And then her deployed side, I don't know what is wrong with her deployed side. Discard your hand, draw 2. This doesn't synergize with the front at all. It's it's just random. They just gave up on her deployed side. I don't know. She's Force Resistance, which are 2 good traits, but it doesn't excite me. She deploys really late, and her 1 deployed effect is to maybe draw 2 cards if I have no cards in hand. That's not what I'm looking for in a 7 deploy leader. I want a Yoda deploy type thing where you get to kill a giant unit on play and have a giant restore unit. That is the benchmark for a 7 deploy leader. Just having a good stats is not good enough. Let's throw her in bottom of D. Barriss Offee. Reducing events for the Force is pretty interesting. A lot of events are really scary if they're reduced. Super Laser Blast on 7, Rivals Fall on 5. No Glory only results for 4. Some of this stuff, is not really things that you have to consider playing around, that you now have to consider playing around when you're playing against a Barriss. I think the biggest problem is gaining the Force. If you're not on Virgin's Temple or Mystic Monastery, it's really difficult to fit enough good Force units in the deck. She really wants to be blue-yellow or blue-green, in my opinion, and those colors, have holes in the curve. Like, blue, thankfully, has a ton of good turn 1 plays. But then you go to turn 2 plays, and it's like, okay, so I get Shin Hati, and that's the only one that is, like, even remotely playable. So now I'm, like, having awkward holes in my curve, and you don't, like, if you're playing a force space, you don't really want to play non-force. If you're playing Virgins or Mystic Monastery, you're only playing 25 HP. Mystic Monastery still has a place, maybe, because it can let you resupply turn 1, which is really interesting. Playing 4 drops on turn 2, like Count Dooku, after gaining the force again from Mystic Monastery, is like it's an interesting playline. I don't think it's like a super great playline, but I definitely think she has some potential. Let's put her in Loki. Grand Inquisitor, yeah, so this cool disarm card from set 1. Here, we'll give you half a disarm for using the force. They already tried this kind of leader with Jin. Like, it's just not good. Like, being forced to attack into your opponent's units to even utilize your leader ability at all is not good. Like, it's just bad. Like, you really want the flexibility of being able to attack your opponent if you want, because you want to end the game at some point. And like 5/8/36 shielded Force Imperial Inquisitor is really cool. Like, that's a neat stat line. But like, the leader text just doesn't matter. So like, unfortunately, I think I like him better than Ray because of the deploy. But he's gonna sit down in D. Cal Estes, man, I think they did him dirty, honestly. Use the force to exhaust a unit would have been great. Your opponent getting to choose, like, if they can just maintain, like, a caretaker matron, this 0/4 that you never want to kill. Like, they can just exhaust it every turn. Your leader ability, like, doesn't do anything impactful. You also have to gain the force, which is a little annoying. Like, if you're not on a... To get it in a non, like, totally force-centric deck, you have to be playing Virgin's Temple. Which again costs 25 HP, which is a very real cost. So yeah, I don't know. And his deployed side, like 3/4 for 4 is just, it's much worse than 2/5. Like, dying to open fire and force lightning for 2 resources and not count Dooku, Dark Tyrannus ambush. Like, there's just so much that does 4 on deploy that he just gets murdered. Like, so like, really not exciting to me. I think his leader ability is stronger than Ray and Grand Inquisitor in general. Probably stronger than Avar because the earlier deploy. He might be like a top of 8 or D tier type leader. Like, he's not that bad, but like, he's got a lot going against him. Qui-Gon Jinn, being able to bounce in out of aspect stuff is really interesting. Being able to repeat when played effects is obviously what he's designed to do. It's interesting. I think the problem is he kind of falls flat if you can interact with his board enough that he can't gain the force. If you can just start killing his units, so like if your opponent's playing Anakin and is getting these value traits every turn and keeping you off the board, if your opponent's playing Mother Talazin is getting these value traits and keeping you off the board, if your opponent's playing hard control and you're not growing your discard pieces and they're just killing everything you play, like, it's really, like, your leader is just blank because you can't gain the force and you don't have anything in play to bounce anyway. So that's like a very real problem. If you're not playing against those kinds of decks, though, he can really pop off. He can do some disgusting things. So I definitely think he has some potential. Probably, like, I want to say B tier someplace. Probably better than I don't know. He's like, him and Snoke are really close. I think he's above Snoke. Darth Revan, honestly, it's a lot of hoops for free experience. Your unit has to attack into something and kill it and live, and then you get a free experience. Yay. 5 deploy, 3, 6, restore 1. I really wish he had raid 1 or 1 more power instead of restore. And then his ability being able to trigger infinite times on the deployed side is a lot more nice. Like, that's really interesting. But I don't think he'll see much play, unfortunately. Losing a whole aspect is just not worth it for this leader ability. And like, his support is pretty good. Like, Revan Sabers are good, Malik's good, but again, just losing an aspect and not really gaining that much for it is really annoying. Like, we can put him in C. Like, his leader text is fine. It's just losing the aspect is really the annoying thing. Probably above all. Anakin Skywalker, being able to Play any villainy non-unit card in your deck because you can ignore all of its aspect penalties is really fascinating. Being able to play Barrage and No Glory and Palpatine's Return and Force Signing and etc., all in the same deck is not something any other leader can do. You have to gain the Force, so you have to play a Force deck. Um, I think he's like fine. Like he's an interesting mid-range leader. I think really the real problem with him is heroism still lacks really crazy top end. Like if you play green for Yoda and Home One, you lose the Anakin unit, which is like Taylor designed to make to work really well in his leader. So it's a little awkward because blue only has Luke and Anakin as top end, and sometimes that's not enough if your opponent's playing a taller deck than you. Like even heroism decks go taller than that sometimes, like Hantu Data Ball, which might be Hantu Force next set. We'll see. So yeah, I think he just has top end problems. Like getting Villainy or removal without getting Villainy top end is a little awkward. It is nice that he's easier to trigger than Chancellors, but I don't know. I definitely think he's got potential. I don't know. The OCD in me wants to put him in A, so it's 5, 5, 5, and 3. But he's definitely. I don't think he's there yet. They would have to print some more crazy heroes in top end for me to believe him that much. Maybe like low B. He's probably got more potential than Varys. Say more than potential. Probably there-ish. Yeah, I think that's about where I got. As you can see, no S rank leaders. I don't think any of these leaders are just like slam dunk. This is like meta staple. This is gonna be crushing tournaments right out of the gate. Like, there's no Han 2, there's no Han 1, there's no Ray. There's no leaders in here that are just like obviously really busted, which is like fine. Like that happens. I think, and it looks like the game is probably going to slow down after rotation, so a lot of these leaders will probably bump up a tier when rotation hits. But for right now in the competitive metagame, I just don't see a lot of these doing enough to break in. That's it. That's the list. If you like, I hope you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this kind of content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out. It helps grow the channel, and it makes YouTube like me more. I think that's all I've got. I'll see you in the next video.